Welcome back to Reflections with Emrys. Let's take a moment to see what each symbol has to offer today. Today's symbols are the wolf, the rune, Jera, and the Om, Idho, also known as the U. The wolf is a symbol of instinct, loyalty, and the sacred balance between independence and belonging. At its core, the wolf carries wild intelligence, an inner knowing that doesn't need constant proof. It teaches discernment, when to move forward, when to pause, and when to protect your energy. The wolf also holds devotion, reminding you that true strength isn't just solitary, it can be shared with the right pack. It speaks to boundaries that are natural, not harsh. A clear line that says, "This is mine to guard." And it reminds you that your instinct is not random, it's information. In life, the wolf shows up when you're navigating belonging, wondering where you fit, or whether a certain group, friendship, or partnership is truly aligned. It can appear when you're being asked to trust your gut, even if your mind keeps looking for permission. You may be learning how to lead without becoming controlling, and how to follow without abandoning yourself. The wolf often arrives when you're strengthening your boundaries, especially around loyalty, time, and emotional labor. And it can also signal that you're ready to stop shrinking your nature to be easier to keep. Its reflection is this: you don't need to betray yourself to stay connected. Let your instincts be honored, not negotiated away. Choose bonds that make you braver, not smaller. And remember, belonging that costs you your truth is not a home. Jera is a rune of cycles, harvest, and the slow justice of time. At its core, Jera reminds you that growth is seasonal, there is a time for effort and a time for reward. It speaks to the quiet law of cause and effect. What you tend consistently will eventually answer you. Jera also carries patience, not as waiting, but as trust in process. It teaches that not all progress is visible at once, and that unseen roots are still real work. And it reassures you that what is meant to ripen cannot be rushed, only supported. In life, Jera may show up when you're wondering if your effort is working, especially when the results are delayed. It can appear when you're learning to stick with something long enough to let it mature, healing, creativity, relationships, learning, or rebuilding yourself. You might notice you're being asked to honor timing, to stop forcing outcomes, and start cooperating with reality. It can also highlight that some rewards are earned through repetition, not intensity. And sometimes, it's a gentle reminder that what you're living now is the result of old choices, and you can choose differently going forward. Its reflection is this: measure your life by what you're cultivating, not what you're rushing. Let your patience be active, showing up, tending, adjusting, and staying honest. Trust that steady care becomes a harvest, and allow time to become your ally instead of your enemy. Idho. The U is an Om of endurance, ancestral wisdom, and transformation through deep time. At its core, U is a keeper of thresholds, life, death, rebirth, and the spaces between chapters. It carries the energy of longevity, the ability to last, to persist, and to remain rooted even when storms pass through. U also speaks to inner immortality, the part of you that survives changes in identity, loss, or uncertainty. It teaches reverence for what is ancient within you: memory, lineage, and hard-earned insight. And it reminds you that transformation doesn't always look like becoming new, sometimes it looks like becoming true. In life, you may show up when you're moving through an ending, a shedding, or a quiet metamorphosis. It can appear when grief, release, or deep healing is present, not as punishment, but as a sacred clearing. You might feel called to slow down and listen to what your soul has known for a long time. You often arrives when you're being asked to trust your resilience, especially if you've underestimated how much you've already survived. And it can also point to reclaiming spiritual strength, practices, traditions, or inner anchors that keep you steady. Its reflection is this: don't rush to replace what's leaving. Honor what it taught you first. Let endings be holy, not hurried. You are allowed to outgrow a version of yourself without shaming the one who needed it. And what remains after release is often your real foundation. When we look at these three symbols together, the wolf, Jera, and Idho, a clear theme begins to form. The wolf brings instinct and belonging. Jera brings cycles and earned reward. Idho brings endurance and transformation. Together, they suggest a season of mature alignment, where you're asked to trust your instincts, commit to what you're cultivating, and let deep change happen at its proper pace. The wolf helps you sense what's safe, true, and worth loyalty. Jera reminds you that your steady choices are shaping your future harvest, even if you can't see it yet. And U holds the long view. You are not in a quick chapter, you're in a formative one, where resilience becomes wisdom. The wolf encourages you to choose your pack and your path with honesty. Jera invites you to keep tending what matters, without forcing the timeline. Idho reminds you that you are built to endure change and be refined by it. The mood these symbols suggest is grounded, patient, and quietly powerful. It feels like walking forward with a steadier spine, less need to explain, more willingness to live what's true. There's a lesson here about loyalty, not only to others, but to your own long-term well-being. This combination also asks you to respect timing. Some decisions need instinct, some need patience, and some need surrender to transformation. And it reassures you that you don't have to sprint toward certainty, you only have to keep choosing what's aligned. Today's reflection is this: trust your instincts, tend your path, and honor the deep transformation that takes time. Thank you for joining me. I'll meet you in the next reflection.